Wow, you found your way to the Female Way podcast. My name is P:RN, and I'm so honored that you're here. Let's have a great time together. This might be the most controversial podcast I've ever recorded. So hold your horses. Welcome. I feel excitement in every cell of my body because am I really going to say out loud what I have in mind? Am I really going to build the bridge from one world to another world? Yes, I am. Because it's time. And I had the most profound conversation with a mother. And she said, what am I going to teach my children around sexuality? And it hit me with a rhythm stick. So, it's time to pass the baton. This might be one of the most interesting conversations we will have. It will be short and powerful. We're going to build the bridge from how we see sexuality, this P:RN, to what do we do? What is it gonna replace it for? What is there? Well, there is something. There is a whole lifestyle, which is way more than what we know about intimacy, about connecting, about the sacred union. I tell you, at the end of this episode, you're like, I want this. I want this in my life. This relationship where intimacy only gets better, where you're not losing. You know what they say, after 1 or 2 years, you're dropping off the big cloud. And then the relationship becomes a business and working. You don't have the sparks anymore. BS. There is a way that every year your love for each other is growing. You're more in love. Your intimate life has more depth, is more real, is more juicy, is more of everything. And I'm going to tell you how. Welcome, my name is P:RN. If you're new in my world, I'm so happy that you're here. We speak about all the things the female way. And that every day is becoming better. The best is yet to come. We're here to create our life on a daily basis. This is why the female way is created. It's a movement. It's not just another course or solving problems, because I don't really believe in problems. A problem is a gift. A problem is a message. If it's about how you deal with the situation, and then you can make a problem out of it. But it never came to you as a problem. You know how coaches try to solve problems? I think that's from a commercial perspective. I create a field where you can be you, because we're all different. But today, I want to speak about the bridge between those two worlds. I had the most interesting conversation. She said to me, but what am I gonna, her children are still young. And she's already contemplating, like, how am I gonna speak about, intimacy, when you meet someone, the first time, what is sexuality, what do they have to look at, how can they evolve themselves, how can they feel good. And then I asked, I actually dropped the question back to her. I'm like, how do you see it? How did you learn it? She said, well, not. So what we did, including myself, you figure it out yourself. And most people, we have the message, what is given over the lineage from one generation to another generation, which is very much based on fear, hidden, not really well spoken about. Of course, there are always exceptions on the situation, but most of us. I also have a girlfriend, and she's being raised in this very liberated family, and the mommy was always, going through the process of her body and intimacy, and in a way that I'm going to share with you, it's so beautifully. But she was like, well, I don't really know what to tell my children, because what I know is not resonating anymore. And that's what is going on in the world right now, because porn came, and after that, nothing came. Porn is entertainment. Let me just share that with you. Porn is entertainment, guys. It has nothing to do with reality. It's performance-based. It's not real. It's to entertain you. And especially the young people, they think that's how it should be. That's why it's so difficult, because how can you say that it's the way it should be while it's entertainment? It's no reality. It's old paradigm. It's not working. So there's a movement going on for another way of relating, for another way of intimacy. Because porn it's hard, it's addictive, it's a false view, it's a high peak, it can be very enjoyable, yet for just a little moment. There's nothing wrong with it, but just remember it's entertainment. An addictive entertainment. It's no reality. We look different, we act different, we're different species, we're way more sensitive. So, when we take the bridge from porn, we walk over the bridge, we take a moment to stop in the middle. How does that feel? Where are you? And what is your desire? And in this field of intimacy, it can be very difficult. That's what I've seen with women I work with, or in my programs, or my private clients. Like, what do you want then? And that's very difficult to answer because we don't know. But can we stay in the unknown? I know what I don't want, so then I'm going to figure out what I do want. Tantra comes in very various colors. Yet, it's still a medicine. It's a lifestyle. In my world, it's the mystical path. Tantra is the most traditional, ancient, mystical path in India, from India. And that's what I share with the world for an authentic, real life. For you in all your colors, in your full acceptance. And when we start to walk this path, it's more about loving where you are, creating a life you never want a holiday of. And it's very easy and subtle. And yes, it's misused, but that's with all the good things in the world. I mean, people bring Tantra in all kind of forms and colors. And I was asking someone the other day, she's my massage therapist. I'm like, she's like this beautiful woman. She's massaging my body for like the last 8 years. And I said, what do you think about Tantra? And she said, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but what I see about it, I don't like. I'm like, okay. She's like, I think it's a bit scary. And you know, a lot of people feel like that in the beginning because they don't know. It's so powerful and magical, it can feel like scary. And it's like far away. You don't know what to think about it. It comes in all the flavors and you don't really resonate with it. And it's a bit scary, I understand. It's a strong energy. Yet, it's a lifestyle. And it works with sexual energy. That's why it's so powerful. But it's completely different as what you might think now. You're on the bridge. You're standing on top in the middle and you're in this unknown. When you start a relationship, or you are in a long-term relationship, and also in your own life, we start to live with no beginning and no end. Your life is a foreplay. You start to make love with life. Tantric lovemaking is a connection, not only the moment you step into the bed together and all of a sudden after a busy day, you should be aroused, you should be like looking good, feeling good, pleasuring your partner. How on earth? It's impossible. I mean, I was working 80 hours in the time that I was working for John de Mol and Talpa and Endemol and I was in a long-term relationship, do you think after 80 hours I would come home? Yes, if I would drink a couple of glasses wine. And that's the old school way. It can work out. But if you start to peel off the layers of your inner tantrika, you're always on. You're always... Oops, that was my microphone. I get so enthusiastic that I dropped my microphone for a moment. When I discovered this, and I've been sharing it over the last 14 years, lives of people change right away, especially the intimate life. But it starts with yourself. Everything starts with yourself. So you first start to peel off the layers because, okay, I was born as a tantric in an Indian family. My grandfather was this devoted Brahmin priest, praying morning and evening, living very devotional. He's been a really big example for me. 99, he left his body only. He never saw an hospital from the inside, living this lifestyle. Yet, if we go back to the bridge, and going back to the question of that woman, like, what am I going to tell my kids? There's a new chapter coming. It's a movement, and we all need to get on the bandwagon to spread this message. Because the old is not working anymore. But what is the new? There's no beginning and end to intimacy. So it starts with intimate with yourself. And that's more like accepting yourself. Loving where you're going instead of, I don't want to get older. I hate it. Things are not working. What if everything is working perfectly and it only gets better? That can also be your life mantra. And being intimate with yourself is taking care of yourself. You dress up. You eat the food, what is good for your body. You're speaking beautiful words to yourself. You're singing a song for yourself. You dance. You're living your purpose. You're saying yes to your body, to your life, and to the world every single moment. We chose to be here. And you're doing the work. And then secondly, you're on top of the bridge, you're going a bit down, and you embrace this tantric lifestyle. What does it mean for your intimate life? You and your partner don't need anything from each other. You choose to lift each other up, to choose each other every single day, and you will always take care of each other's nervous system. That would be an amazing vow. And then you are dating the best version of your partner. Nothing to change. And then you create a life where everything is a foreplay. And everything is relating and connecting. So every message you send, every word you speak, every song you sing to him is love and making love. I remember me with my beloved going up a hill in the Pyrenees. We were not touching each other. We were hiking up the mountain. There was a meter between us and we were making love with each other. We were penetrating from all levels of the body. And we thought we would have like wild intimacy when we would arrive on top of the mountain. Nothing less than that. We were so fulfilled with all kind of orgasms while hiking up the mountain that when we arrived there, we were in full bliss, in each other's arms. So there is so much more than we know. Yes, the physical is a big part of it. But what if you learn to energetically make love, to energetically connect with each other? Not one moment, but the entire day, even when you're not together, even when you're miles away from each other. But the connection is always there, and it's always from love. then your relationship will always be better. Your intimate life will last longer. You're together. It's going to be a dance. There's no beginning and no end. It is. So this form of sexuality, I was telling this beautiful woman with her young children, is based on respect, boundaries, seeing each other, and deep, deep connection. And yes, there is joy and pleasure and wildness and adventure and all of that. But it's not if you look at in the dictionary or you Google sexuality, it's all based around your genitals, basically. But that's old paradigm. That's based on lust. That's like a quickie. But if you know that there is more, don't you want more? And I speak out of experience because this old way was not working for me. My body just didn't open. But when I started to connect all parts of my body and I started to live this lifestyle, and this is what I teach in my containers, this is when my body opened only. Nothing and nobody was able to support me there. But when you embrace your inner Tꨄntra, you start making love with life. Seeing the good in everything you do, feeling the energy moving everywhere you go, life becomes a dance. So in your intimate life, and that's the message you can share with your children, is it's not only about the genitals and the performance or the orgasm. Why are men always asking, and did you come? Because they don't know better. And don't blame anyone or don't judge anyone. We are on the beginning at the foot of the mountain. We're going to climb up again. And we're taking our beloved, our sisters with us. Let's create the new way of relating. It can take hours. You're together. You're playing. That's also what I told her. It's playful. There's no performance. You're not gonna get a score at the end. It's respect. It's playful. It's seeing each other. Have fun. Communicate. Give your boundaries. And respect your body. And respect the other person. And she was like, but the world needs to know this. I'm like, that's my mission. So everyone who's listening, there is a new way of relating. From truth, from depth, from realness. And then you have these hours of togetherness. It only gets better. You're never too old. And I have experienced that myself. And I see it with everyone in my container who's stepping into this. This was quite the talk. But stay tuned, subscribe to the channel because there's more coming to this topic. If you like this podcast, you would really help me to give me the 5 stars. So I have more reach, I can make more podcasts because I love doing that. And the Art of Being a Woman is now open. 9 months. It's a certified training. It's not really a training, it's more a transmission. So if you feel like something is like woohoo brewing in you, just send us a message. And I'm opening the doors to a retreat in the Netherlands. It's the last weekend from Thursday to Saturday of September. The first 10 women have a super early bird. It's all about what we speak here, the Female Way Weekend. I'm so excited. I'm grateful that you're here. And let's create this movement. I love you. Ciao. Thank you for making it all the way through the end. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in my life. Please, I would be so grateful if you give it a 5-star so other women can also find this podcast. We're in it together. Together we change the world. If you want to know a little bit more, go to www.humita.nl. Let's dance in this life together. Sending you love. Till we meet again.